Today's topic in my YouTube channel, Living in Northern Arizona, is going to be about the 10 reasons why you should not move to Arizona. So I know a lot of us do this. I do it where I do the pros and cons of living in a certain state or a certain city, Flagstaff, Sedona, Phoenix. But today I'm just going to concentrate on the entire state, and I'm going to give you my 10 reasons. These are the 10 reasons that would cause me the most concern if I was going to move to Arizona from another state, like if you're thinking about it. And I know a lot of times I focus on the positive, so today I just thought I would think it through, and I easily came up with 10 reasons that you might want to stay where you're at or just not move to Arizona at all. So my number one reason is going to be there are plenty of creepy crawlies. And when I say creepy crawlies, I mean fire ants, spiders, black widows, scorpions, Gila monsters, rattlesnakes, you name it. It could be here. Now, with me, I have had at least 2 stings from a scorpion. Once was when I went to pick up my daughter's geometry textbook. There was a scorpion hiding underneath, and it stung my finger. And when you get stung, it's usually not a catastrophe unless you're allergic. I didn't really hurt that much the first hour. After an hour passes, though, you're really going to start to feel some pain. And it takes about 24 hours for it to flush out of your sight, and then you might start to feel better. Of course, everyone's a little bit different. But the other thing is I had my shoe just inside my house. A scorpion had crawled in the shoe. I put it on and it stung my foot. Oh man, that was awful. It swelled up, it got all blistery. It hurt really bad. But then again, 24 hours later, it felt okay. And one thing I noticed is if I put my injured hand or foot above my head, the pain is less. And I think it's the blood leaves that. But that's really hard to do when you go to sleep at night. But trust me, you'll find a way if you've been stung because it hurts. The second thing is it's just too hot. So I live in Sedona now. The heat's not as unbearable. I grew up in Phoenix though, and so I can tell you I was there on the day we were 122 degrees in 1989, and that was the hottest year ever, and it was not fun at all. So another story is back in the day, us ladies used to have to wear professional dress all the time, and I worked in an office where a lot of us in the afternoon would decide we're gonna go walk to the Circle K, which was just across the street, just kind of a break, get up, get your blood flowing, and get a Diet Coke to drink during the afternoon. So in the heat of the summer though, if you are wearing high heels, like most of us did, high heels, pantyhose, the whole works, you walk onto the asphalt and your high heel will actually sink all the way into the asphalt, and you will have to pull it out. So you usually, if we're in high heels, walk on our tiptoes to go across the asphalt in the heat of the summer, which is, pretty ridiculous, but that was better than the alternative. Okay, so too much traffic. This hasn't always been the case, but in recent years it's just unbelievably bad traffic. So I live in Sedona and I complain, ooh, there's too much traffic going up the 179, single lane each way is backed up. But when I go to Phoenix for the weekend to see my kids, I'll be driving into town, suddenly there's 5 lanes of people either going 75 miles an hour, 5 lanes worth, or you come to a stop, and now you're crawling 5 lanes for 20 miles. This could happen. It's just really something. This I know about because I am a realtor. I sell homes in Northern Arizona, and the home prices have gotten really expensive. Now, the last over 2 years, I've lived in Sedona, and I've been working in the Sedona Flagstaff market, and the prices I've seen go up, a mid house in the starter home range, it's now unaffordable for people who are just trying to get their first house, because people have come from other states like California. They've sold their tiny house for a fortune. They come over with cash. They don't think the price is too high, so they put in a cash offer for over asking price, and the young people trying to find their first home, they just can't compete. So that's very sad, and I hate to see that happen, but that is how it is right now. Number 5 is too many boats. So I have always grown up in a family that had boats. I had boats. My parents always had boats. And Now it's just difficult. In fact, I gave up my boat years ago because if you would go to one of the local lakes in Phoenix, like Canyon Lake or Saguaro Lake, if you don't get there super early, they actually close down the boat launch. There's the sheriff out there. You're not putting your boat in the water until some boats come out. So they will close on a Saturday or Sunday, say. They will close the lake early. And then you will have to either leave, and who wants to do that? Once you've dragged your boat to the lake, you'll have to leave or wait around, drinking with your friends, and then maybe they reopen the lake in the afternoon, 2:30ish, and by then your entire party is drunk, and then you can go on the lake. So just owning a boat is just not a pleasure anymore. It's a big hassle, unless you go to Lake Powell, but then again, Lake Powell has also become very crowded with boats. So that's sad. I love boats, and it's just really difficult to own one because you can't put it on the water so much if you're going on the weekend. Another thing is a side-by-side. So I have a Polaris Ranger side-by-side, and it's super fun. I love it. I love driving it all over the forest when I had the Mormon Lake place. I also, like quads, and the razors are fun, but right now it seems like everybody has one. Everybody has 3 or 4. So you go camping and you want to have a nice, peaceful day, and then vroom, 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 there's quads, there's razors, side-by-sides everywhere, zipping around. When you're out on one yourself, you're like battling the road for them. And then another thing is I think the Forest Service has just gotten tired of it. So a lot of the roads, the off-road roads that I used to ride quads on as a kid, they're all closed. Do not enter, no motorized vehicles. So you've got a lot less places you can ride it, and so the places that you can ride it are just covered with the side-by-sides, and makes a fun sport a little bit difficult. So number 7 is you can get sunburn and dehydrated very quickly. And a note is, if you are into doing outdoor exercise like jogging, hiking in the summertime, really do not go out anytime after 8, anytime before 7, and go for a jog, because you could fall over with heat stroke, and that's not fun. So you can get burned easy, and there's no way you're going to carry enough water to make it through an afternoon jog in the middle of the summertime. So here's another one that I complain about is I think that healthcare options for self-employed are terrible. I finally got insurance for myself, my healthcare insurance, and I finally went to a doctor after 5 years, and my insurance rejected everything. So now I owe $1,200. No wonder I didn't go. And so you're haggling for health insurance if you're self-employed. And then a while back, I thought, let me try Obamacare. I put in my zip code. Oh, we're sorry, we do not service that zip code. What? How do you not service a zip code? That was just too weird. So, and then another thing kind of related is, if you have a disabled child, I have a 21-year-old son with autism. They're actually good in the public schools, helping them out, but the second they turn 18 and graduate, or some of them don't graduate until they're in their 20s, once that child of yours graduates, there's like hardly anything for them. And they didn't really learn any job skills in school, so it's hard for them to get a job, and they can't do good in an interview, a lot of them. And so I have a 21-year-old who's applied for jobs but never been able to hold one down. Of course, this has me and his dad very concerned what's going to happen. We had them late in life, so I'm still baffled as what to do. And anybody has any suggestions, go ahead and put in the comments, because I would love for my son to be able to get a job. He's high functioning, but he's definitely autistic. Love to see him get a job and become, a producer in society, so he can be all right when I'm gone. Okay, gun laws. I think the gun laws are good, because I'm from a family. My father was a cop, and so he taught me target shooting from when I was a young girl. I'm comfortable with a handgun, and I like to be able to have a handgun if I get any kind of creepy vibe from anyone that says, meet me out in the middle of Cornville for some lot to look at that doesn't have cell coverage, that kind of sets up my suspicions. You don't need a realtor to see a vacant lot. You can just go drive yourself. So when you're insistent on it and it's in the middle of nowhere, chances are I'll be packing, and you won't know where it is. Is it in my pocket? Is it in my purse, my boot? So just beware. Many of us female realtors up here are trained on how to protect ourselves. So gun laws, very, I want to say liberal, but very loose gun laws. I can carry concealed without a permit now, and a lot of us do. So, and the last thing is the border. How could I not talk about Arizona and mention the border? We have border chaos right now. Chaos at the border. I cannot even turn on the news because it breaks my heart. Breaks my heart. I'm all for immigration, but I really would like it to all be legal. I would like us to come up with some kind of a process, which it seemed like it was happening, but now it's chaos. People on the other side of the border will just, hey, here, 5-year-old kid, take a pack of gum and $5 and find your way to Arizona. And then there'll be tons of people that can't get through. I see the government putting them in hotels in Ahwatukee, where I used to live, and that makes me sad too. I'm glad they might have a place to stay, but what about all our homeless veterans and people that have lived in Arizona and they don't have a phone? Nobody's putting them in a hotel. So it's very sad. You have this border situation. As soon as you turn on the news, you're gonna feel like crying, and nobody seems to have a good answer. And if we do have a good solution, it takes years to implement and nobody can agree, so it doesn't get done. So that's it, my top 10 list on why you should not move to Arizona. But my name is Dawn Dickenson. I sell real estate here in Northern Arizona, so if you still think, oh, it's okay, I can deal with that, and are interested in anything real estate here in Northern Arizona, I could email you a list of homes for sale, or we could just have a nice chat. My contact information is below. You can email me, you can text me, you can call me. You could even write in a comment, although I might not see that for a month because I'm not real good at checking that kind of stuff. But my name's Dawn Dickenson. The channel is Living in Northern Arizona, where we do all things related to what it's like to live here in Northern Arizona. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up, maybe hit the bell, and I would really love it if you subscribe. I post content here every single week, so if you get a chance, I hope to see you back here again next week.